Accessories for Corinthians. Let's get on it. Hi everyone, full disclosure, this video that you're about to watch I actually made months ago. For one reason or another, the things that I make in this video, the guy who they were for asked me to keep them under wraps at the time. So obviously I respected that and I didn't put the pictures up on my Facebook, didn't put this video up. But now he's ready to share them. It's a guy called Rob Stokes. His Twitter is @Jossie'sDad. I'll link that in the description if you want to have a look. It's a good account for looking at goalie stuff, gloves, shirts, pictures of old keepers, things like that. So yeah, that's why this video has taken a while to come around, and so much for. In a moment, I'm going to say, oh, I've been making 2 videos in as many weeks. Well, I did, but I've not posted them in the last 2 weeks. But yeah, so if you have a look at his account @Jossie'sDad, you'll see some of the pictures of the things that I'm going to make, and actually some subsequent ones he asked me to make after I'd finished recording this video. So all in all, yeah, pretty good. Spoilers, it mentions a book that these things are going to go into. It's going to be called Glove Story 2. It's not out yet. That was Glove Story, not Love Story. This introduction is going so well. Anyway, I think I've said everything I needed to in a somewhat garbled fashion. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hello, I am Mark and I paint Corinthians and I make videos about it sometimes as well. This is my second one in 2 weeks, so let's see how long I can keep this run going. The subject of today's video is goalkeepers. A couple of years ago, I think it was back then, a guy sent me the unusual request. He sent me a figure and said, I want you to leave the kit just as it is, but can you paint a specific pair of goalie gloves on it? And I did it and he was happy with it. I sent it back to him, and that figure actually ended up featuring in a book that he wrote about goalkeepers called Glove Story, which I will link in the description. And that was quite exciting for me at the time, even though it wasn't a full repaint. Something that I knew I'd done was featuring in his book. He got in touch with me again recently, and he said, can I send you, I think it's 6 figures that he sent to have full repaints this time, kits and gloves, and he's looking to include them in another book that he's writing, the follow-up to Glove Story. So again, very exciting. I'm not sure what it's called. I don't know if he's even said that yet. When I know more, I will tell you, either here or in my, on my Facebook, other social media, which have the links in the description. So goalkeepers, he sent me some pretty iconic keepers to do. Jim Leighton is one. Shilton, Neville Southall, Jennings, Schumacher. I think that's all of them. There might be another one that I'm forgetting just now. I'll put it there if I have forgotten. But yeah, so there's a chance that they're going to be in his book that he's writing, which is quite exciting for me. And I've done all these repaints, all in different kits from World Cups over the past, well, I was going to say the past 30 years, actually. They're all sort of 80s and 1990 World Cup, and I think that's all of them. So if I finish the repaints, what is today's video going to be about? Well, a little throwaway comment in our conversation we were having when he was telling me what he wanted. He put up a picture of Jim Leighton in the right kit. Here he is. I won't show you all the figures now, but here's the Leighton one in his, I think it's the 1986 World Cup keeper kit. And when he sent me a picture to show me that kit, Jim Leighton was holding a glove bag. And he said, oh, you don't make glove bags as well, do you? Smiling, laughing emoji. And I thought, well, maybe I will. I'll have a crack at making it because, when it comes to Corinthians, I like expanding my empire. And he said then, wow, I like trying new things. And, being as it's for a book, I thought, yeah, let's give it a go. So here's a picture of Jim Leighton holding his glove bag to give you an idea of the size. And yeah, I thought I would have a go at crafting that with some Milliput. Now, you've seen me do some remodeling before. Here's my Milliput, if you're wondering what I'm reaching for. You've seen me do one remodel video before. I'll put it in the card, which goes there or possibly there. I can't remember. It's going to appear above one of my fingers just now. And yeah, I gave a longer description of how to use the Milliput in that one. So if you want to find that out, watch that. This time, I'm just going to sort of go through the making process and yeah, just see how it turns out. So I'm going to do the modelling of it. I'm going to do the painting of it. I'm going to use a decal on it for the design because, as I've said to you before, I think writing is really hard to do with a paintbrush, so I think a decal will make it look really good. And yeah, let's crack on and see how it turns out. It's the next day, and the glove bag has had time to dry overnight, and here it is. Well, I put a handle on it. To be honest, I don't know if it has a handle. I didn't really have a clear view on there, but I thought if I put one on, I can always just snap it off if it's not supposed to have one. So it's just plain white at the moment. I'm going to put the decal on it and have a look closer to see if there needs to be any more painting. I'm not sure. There might be a line around the edge of it. I can't remember. But yeah, there it is at the moment. I will show you it when it's finished right about now. Seamless as ever. There's your finished glove bag. All Sport logo. Nice bit of pink on there. Pink paint, just for the record, an absolute nightmare. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. The eagle-eyed amongst you may notice that the little handle is gone. Really hot off the press this. I've just had a message off the guy before. I sent him a picture of it finished and he said, oh, I love it, but it shouldn't have a handle. So I've just pulled it straight off and it looks okay. You can see I've done a thin blue line around the edge, and equally hot off the press as it being finished is that the guy has asked if I can do two more, I think it's one for Neville Southall and one for Peter Shilton. So I would say that counts as experiment succeeded. That's the end of this video. First accessory I've made. It's going to be followed by second and third glove bags for those other goalies. If you've enjoyed the video, I would appreciate a like. Thanks for commenting and subscribing. Let's have another little look close up of Jim Leighton with his glove bag, and I will see you all soon.